Hi everyone, I'm Taylor, your swim, conditioning, and strength coach. Today, Dave and I have a training video, which is divided into 2 parts, are dedicated to shoulder health. You can do these routines in 2 different ways. You can do them all at once, or you can break it up and work through the day at different times, like when you're waiting for something else to do. The idea is to fit them in where and when you can. First one is a short 10-minute shoulder mobility routine you can use every day to build flexibility and strength. Then, in part 2, I will take you through some resistance band exercises aimed at building strength in the anterior, posterior, and lateral areas of the deltoid muscles, as well as the rotator cuff. The mobility and strengthening exercises we cover are to intend to build flexibility, range of motion, and strength throughout the shoulder area for joint health, function, and prevent injuries. So let's discuss mobility a bit. Mobility is a different form of stretching. Mobility is the idea that you're going to build strength and mobility through the entire range of the joint so you feel confident and in control. As you work through these exercises, I encourage you to only work with your current range of motion for each exercise. Feeling pain or a limitation of movement means you need to stop and just work with the existing range. The idea is that with consistent practice over time, your range of motion and strength will increase. For part 1, you'll need a mat or a strap or belt and something to place behind your head like a rolled up towel or a yoga block. Let's get started. The first one we're going to do is a forward arm circle, and you'll need to use one arm at a time. I'm going to use my right. And you're going to start with your hands by your side. Your thumb is going to be facing outwards. You're going to come all the way to your arm is with your ear. You're going to flip your palm. So now your palm's facing away from you. You're going to come down till you feel that resistance. And you're going to flip your palm again. And then you're going to come right back to the center. I'll show you guys one more time, then I'll show you out to the side. So your palm's going to be facing you. You're going to come all the way up, flip your palm, come all the way down, flip your palm again, and then you're going to come right back to the side. And I'll show you guys from a side view, same arm. So your palm's going to be facing you. You're going to come, flip your palm. You're going to come all the way to feel that resistance behind you. Flip your palm. So it's facing you and right back to the side. Now I'm going to show you guys doing it backwards, which is pretty much the same thing as forward, but now we're going to start at the resistance back here. So just reverse. So palm facing you. You're going to come to feel that resistance behind you. You're going to flip your palm. You're going to come all the way up and flip your palm towards you. And you're going to come all the way back down. I'll show you 2 more times. So palm facing you. You're going to come back, flip your palm, come all the way back up, flip it towards you, come all the way back down. I'm going to show you guys from the side. So palm facing you. You're going to come back. You're going to flip your palm so it's facing away, all the way up. Flip it back to it's facing you and back to the starting position. And that is going to be the arm circles. Now we're going to do some front arm raises and backwards. You will need some type of resistance. If that's a belt or if you want to use a band, you'll need something that has a little bit of resistance to hold your arms in place. I'm just going to get this situated. All right. So In terms of holding the band, I want you to hold it so your wrist is in line with your shoulders. And you're also going to stand with your feet relatively shoulder width apart, slightly bend your knees. You're going to hip hinge forward, keep your back straight, and you're going to start at the bottom position. And all you're going to do is you're going to come up, and you should stop when your wrists are in line with your shoulders. You're going to come all the way back down, and you're going to go and back down. I'll show you guys from a side view. Remember, bend your knees, hip hinge forward. You're going to come up, all the way down. You're going to come up and down. All right, now we're going to do a rear arm raise. So we're going to hit those rear delts. Now you're just going to grab the band. You're going to hold it behind you. Pretty much the same thing, except we're going to go, like I said, behind you. So start with your wrists relatively in line with your shoulders. Now to be perfect. And I'm going to show you guys this from the side view. Same thing, you're going to bend your knees, hip hinge forward. Now with this one, go till you're comfortable because mobility. So once you feel that limit, stop there and then come right back down. So you're gonna come up, gonna hold it for a second, come all the way back down. You're gonna come up. And like I said, if you can go all the way up, you wanna stop when your wrist is in line with your shoulders. Don't try to go higher. So you're just going to hyperextend. You're going to go up. And then you're going to come back down. So those are the front and rear delt raises. Now we're going to do lateral arm raises. And you won't need the belt anymore. So with this one, you're going to stand the same. You're going to slightly bend your knees. And you also want to slightly bend your elbows. You don't want to lock your elbows out. So what you're going to do is you're going to slightly bend your elbows. You can make a fist. You can have your arms flat. It doesn't matter. Just don't clench your fists if you're going to kind of close your hands. And all you're going to do is you're going to come out till your wrist is in line with your shoulders. You're going to come all the way back down. So it's just a good old lateral raise. Also make sure when you do these lateral raises, your elbows are a little out. You don't want them straight lateral because it's going to put your shoulder in a weird spot. So you want to come just a little bit out and right back down. So I'll show you guys from the side. We'll do a couple, 2, 3. So slightly bend your elbows, same stance. You're going to come out and back down. Out, back down, out, and back down. And that is the lateral raise. Now we're going to do arm W's. So arm W's, same stance for everything. Slightly bend your knees, hip width apart. You're going to start in the forward position. So I'll show you guys from the side. Is you want your wrists in line with your shoulders. And you're going to go straight out. Now, when you bring your arms in, you want to widen your arms so you make a W with your arms and your chest. So you want to come out just a little bit wider. You should feel your chest stretch a little bit. Come all the way back in. So it's kind of a little bit of a swoop. Relatively, your arms are about 90 degrees. Then you're going to come all the way back out. So I'll show you guys from the side, or from the front. You're going to come out, straight out. Slightly bend your elbows, don't lock them out. Make that W. You're going to take your elbows, really squeeze your back. And then come all the way back out. Try one more time. Kind of think about pointing your elbows together at the back. And you're going to come back out. And that is an arm W. And now we're going to do is some internal external rotation. So with this one, all you're going to do, same stance. Now you're going to have your arms out as a 90-degree angle. Relatively shoulder in line with your elbow. You're going to hold here. And all you're going to do is bring your arms down. Try to keep your elbow in that same position. You're going to come right back up. And you're going to come down. And come right back up. And so from the side, try to keep your elbow. Really try not to drop your elbow. Keep that stance as well. Here, you're going to come down. Right back to 90. Palms facing down the whole time. And there you have it. There are your mobility and strengthening exercises for your shoulders. Now on to part 2, strengthening of the deltoid muscle and rotator cuff muscles. First, let's identify just what work the deltoid muscles perform. The anterior or front delt help move your arm forward like you were reaching for something on a shelf. The lateral or side delt move your arm out to the side as well as up and down like you were doing jumping jacks. The posterior or rear delt move the arm backwards like you were starting to pitch a baseball. The mobility exercises we did earlier worked all of these movements. Some of you may be happy with and prefer to just use the mobility movements at the present time. Perhaps you'll choose to just use a few of the deltoid and rotator cuff resistance band strengthening bits. That's all well and good. We encourage you to go at your own speed. When you're ready, you can move forward. I will demonstrate these movements as compound movements and dynamic single movements. I'll do 5 compound and then do 5 dynamic single movements. When you perform the dynamic singles, remember to always start on your weaker side. The reason is so we get the weaker side to get used to initiating action on its own without relying on the stronger side. Something which is very important during the exit, recovery, entry, and catch. Just a few general reminders. Remember to initiate action through the elbows. It is very important to choose a very light band that will allow a full range of motion and reduce the chances of injury. Going with a lighter resistance in the beginning is always a good practice. Avoid any jerky and fast motions. Make sure to squeeze the muscle area during contraction and go slow to get the negative resistance. For this second part, you'll need bands, door anchor, wrist straps, a chair, a mat, and something to place behind your head, like a rolled up towel or yoga block. Let's get started with part 2. Hello everyone, and now we're going to do some exercise with the bands that target the deltoid muscle. Also have the band that is in the middle of the door. You can do these exercises. I'm going to show you either seated or you can do them standing. But the first one, it's called a hug me. Now you're going to put your hands through the bands. And remember, you don't want to grab the bands. You just kind of want to have them around your wrist. Now you're going to start with them straight out in front of you. Remember, don't lock your elbows. You want your feet planted right in front of you. Sit up straight. You're going to take the bands and you're going to come all the way out till your shoulder is in line with your elbows. Kind of big old hug. Then you're going to come all the way back in. We're going to do it 2 more times. All the way back in. You're going to come all the way out. Back in 1 more time. Good. Now we're going to separate it out. So now I'm going to have you guys start with your right hand. You're going to come all the way back out. You're going to hold it. Take your other left. Hold it. You're going to bring the right one in. Then the left one in. We're going to do it 2 more times. The right one out. Hold it. Left one out. Hold it. Right one in. And the left. 1 more time. And here. And here. And that is called the hug me's. Now we're going to do the goal pose. So you're going to have your hands in the same straps, kind of the same way, but now we're going to have our palms facing the door. So you're going to bring your arms up, same thing, posture, all the same. Like I said, the only thing different is your palms are going to face the door. Now all you're going to do with this one, now it's not a W, so you want to stop when your wrist or when your elbow's in line with your shoulders. So I'll show you guys. It's just going to go here, and you just want to stop, like I said, when your elbow's in line with your shoulder, and then you're going to come right back in. Really focus on keeping your palms pointed forward and keep that posture. Don't start arching your back, so keep your core tight. Come forward. I'll show you one more time. Palms facing forward, squeeze, and come back forward. Now we're going to separate it out. So now I'm going to have you do the right first. I'm going to bring the right one back, squeeze, left one back, squeeze, bring the right one forward, and then the left. So you want to drive with your elbow back, squeeze, back, squeeze, bring it forward, and make sure to watch that your arms aren't falling. Keep them in line with your shoulders, and do it one more time. Right one back, the left one, squeeze, hold it. Then I'm going to bring the right one forward and the left one forward. And those are the hug me's and the goalposts. Now we're going to do an exercise that focuses on the front delts. And as you can see, the strap is going to be at the bottom of the door. This exercise is called a tree in the breeze. And to set up with it, you're going to be facing the door. You're going to put your hands through the straps. You want your thumbs facing out so it's anchored. And like I said, you're going to be facing the door. And all you're going to do is you're going to have your hands following the door frame. And make sure that your elbows, they're going to be a little lower than your shoulder with this exercise. All you're going to do is you're going to come all the way up to your comfortable. You're going to bring it into the middle. And the same thing, slow and controlled. And slow and controlled down. Try not to sling your arms down on the descent. We're going to do it 2 more times. So follow all the way up and together. You're going to come all the way back out and down. Do one more together. All the way up, together, and all the way down. Now we're going to do singles. So I'm going to start with my right arm. So the left one's just going to kind of hang out here for now. You're going to take your right, bring it all the way up till you're comfortable. You're going to hold that position. Now we're going to follow with the left. Good. And then hold. You're going to bring them together. You're going to come back to the door. I'm going to take my right one down and my left slow and control. You're going to do it 2 more times, starting with the right again. So follow with the door. Up. Up. Hold. Together. Back out. Down. And slow down. Okay, 1 more time. Up. Together, slow. Bring it back. Down. And down. And there you have it. That was a tree in the breeze that focuses on the front delt. All right, so now we're going to do lateral and front raises. The lateral raises are going to target the middle muscle in your shoulder, and then the front raises is the front muscle in your shoulder. To set up, you're going to have these straps at the bottom of the door, and then don't forget either a towel or a block for your head. And when you are putting your hands in the straps, remember, don't grab the straps. You're just going to kind of have them hanging out on your wrists. So to set up, you're going to place the pad for your head. Get that all situated. All right. So we're going to start with the frontal raises. So with the front raises, you're going to start with your... And you can bend your knees if you would like, or just have your legs straight out. Doesn't really matter. And like I said, palms facing down, straight at your side. All you're going to do is you're going to lift till your shoulders are with your wrists. and then you're going to come back down. We're going to do it 2 more times. So lift straight, shoulder in line with your wrists, all the way back down. And 1 more time, shoulder in line with the wrists, back down. Now we're going to do some singles. So now I'm going to have you start with your right. So you're going to bring the right shoulder in line with the wrist, hold that tension, bring up the left shoulder in line with the wrist, hold the tension, slow and control, come down, slow and control, don't follow the band, slow. Another time, right, hold, follow with the left, down, controlled, down, control. We need 1 more time. So you're going to come all the way up, hold it, all the way up, hold it, slow on the way down, slow on the way down. Now with the lateral raises, as your palms are facing down, I want you to flip your palms so they're facing you. And the same thing. So I'm going to have you now bring your arms up to the side instead of the front. You still want to stop when your shoulders are in line with your elbows. So now, also don't lock your arms. You want to keep a little tiny bend. And the same thing, you're just going to come all the way out. Now, if you want to, you can come up a little high, or you can come down. Just don't go too high, otherwise you're going to start getting your front delt. So kind of follow the ground. And you're going to come out. Now, if you see your elbows in line with your shoulder, hold it, and come all the way back in. Another time, elbow in line with shoulder, come back in, slow and control, follow the ground. Another one, and come back down. Now we're going to do some singles, starting with the right. You're going to come out with the right, let the left just kind of relax. Now you're going to bring the left out. Make sure to keep that elbow slightly bent. Now you're going to bring the right in and the left in. We're going to do it 2 more times, starting with the right again, bringing it out, out, squeeze, hold, and controlled all the way down. 1 more time. Way up, wrist left, bow in line with the shoulder, hold it, come down, and all the way down. And there you have it. That is the frontal and lateral raises that focus on your lateral and frontal delt. All right, so now we're going to do some internal and external rotation that focuses on your rotator cuff. The band, you want it in the middle of the door, and roughly you want it to be in line with your waist. And the biggest thing with this one is you want to watch the elbow. You want to make sure the elbow is planted really tight to your side. You don't want your elbow starting to float out. So first we're going to do internal rotation. So internal rotation, you're going to start out at a 90 degree. Make sure there's some tension on the band, and don't grab the band. Keep it on your wrist. You're going to come in, keeping that elbow really tight. You're going to come out 90 degrees. Try to keep that 90. Do 1 more time. All the way in. And that is internal rotation. Now external rotation, we're going to switch hands. So now I'm going to grab the band. Remember, don't grab the strap. Just kind of let it rest on your wrist. And now with this one, you're going to start in, but planted. You're going to come all the way out. And then you're just going to stop at 90 degrees, right by your side. So you're going to come outward instead of in. Just external, all the way in. We're going to do 1 more. So palm facing out. Palm should be facing away from you. Palm facing you. Now I'm going to show you guys flipped around, and we're going to start with the internal rotation, so you can keep the band on the same hand, because now you're going to start very close to your body, and now you're going to go inside and out. So your palm should be facing out. Hug yourself. Keep that elbow tight. Hold it. Remember, slow and control. Don't let the band fling you forward. One more time. Facing you. All the way out. Now we're going to do external. So switch hands. And now you're going to be started 90 degrees. Elbow tucked tight. And now you're going to go away from your body. And in. Keeping that 90 degrees. All the way out. In. One more time. Oh, watch that elbow. And in. And there you have it. That is external and internal rotation, working on the rotator cuff. I hope you enjoyed our shoulder joint mobility and strength workout. If you have any questions, please call David, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.